sits in his backyard or goes to the beach and exposes himself to the sun. Now, whose tanning his hide, anyhow? Where is it coming from? Is he doing it? There's a sense in which he is doing it, for if he'd kept his shirt on, it wouldn't have happened. But there is a sense in which the sun is doing it. The sun is tanning him, but he had to go and expose himself to the sun, cooperate with the sun, in order that the sun might do its work upon him. Now that's exactly what we mean when we say that we fashion ourselves. Just as a man tans himself by exposing himself to the powers of the sun, so a Christian fashions himself by exposing himself to the divine powers that shape him. And just as a man can keep his jacket on and not get a suntan, even though the sun is there trying to tan him, so a Christian can keep himself wrapped in the cloak of his own stubbornness and never receive any of the beneficial graces that leap down from the throne of God to where Jesus sits as mediator. So that Christians can go through life without very much change having taken place. They're converted, yes. They believe in Christ, yes. They have this root of the matter in them, yes. The seed of God's in them, yes. But they're embryonic, at least infantile, and the growth and development and beautifying and enlarging and shaping has not taken place because they would not expose themselves to the powers that shape them. And then there is another way in which even a Christian may shape himself, and that is to expose himself to the wrong kind of influences. And I believe that this is done to an extent that grieves God. Now there are powers that fashion us. We know what the old powers were. You know, those old powers were the powers in the former lusts in our ignorance. It tells us in the 2nd chapter of Ephesians about those powers, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we all had our intercourse, our conversation, or conduct, or fellowship, in times past, in the lusts of our eyes, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, even as others. Now those are the forces that were shaping us once. But we came to Jesus as we were weary and worn and sad. We found in Him a resting place, and He has made us glad. Now we are supposed to put away those old forces, not expose ourselves to them anymore. But you say, how can I hold myself from being shaped when I'm thrown now among men? I work in an office where men are wicked and vulgar and obscene. You can keep yourself from being shaped by them, just as a man out on the beach can keep himself by being tanned with the sun, keep a robe around him. You can draw your heart up tight and say, stay out, you devilish influences, and let my soul alone. It belongs to God. And if you're in school where there's dirty talk and irreverence, you can keep it from shaping you or having any influence in your life at all by shutting it out of your heart. You can even make it a blessing to you. When you hear an obscene mouth, you can say to God, oh God, I hate that so bad, make my mouth 10 times cleaner than it was before. When you see a wicked and injurious habit, you can use it to account. You can turn and say, oh God, help me that I may keep clean from this thing. You know how when you walk down the street and you see a man walking along bent over, I don't mean a crippled man who can't help himself, I mean just some lazy fellow who's allowed himself to turn over like a perpetual question mark. For the next block you straighten up and walk better, don't you? About the only time I remember to do it when I see some poor old fellow all bent over, I straighten my shoulders back and say, I don't look like that. You can turn that man to account by straightening up yourself. And so in the world where we are, licentiousness and obscenity and vileness, we can use those very things and react from them with the vile